Yeah, I don't know. To me, that one was just a little bit extra ugly today. I'm never going to bail on Coach Jackson in this season, but the very first drive, things were just ugly. Then on the punt, they had a penalty, ran into the guy before he could even call a fair catch. Buffalo moved the ball well right off the bat, and then Cleveland at least held them to a field goal. Instead of 7-0, it was 3-0. Cleveland got a little bit of a drive of their own going, but of course their drive stalled once they got down inside the red zone. They get a field goal. It's 3-3. Buffalo sneaks in a touchdown right at the end of the first quarter, 10-3. Browns defense had settled down a little bit, although McCoy was racking up yards. At one point, though, in the second quarter, it was just like, that's it, man. Game over. Buffalo converts a 3rd and 22. I mean, just not even that crazy of a play either. A guy just ran, goes about 17, 18 yards downfield, cuts right into the middle of like 4 Browns defenders for about a 23-yard reception. I mean, I don't know. That was just like, well, right there they could have perhaps got a stop. It was 10-3, could have tied it up 10-10 at halftime, but instead it was 17-3 at halftime. There was the play by that one. The 17-3 was the catch by Charles Clay. I was thinking about becoming a Buffalo fan at that point. I was like, this Tyrod Taylor is not bad. He's stiff arming dudes. Charles Clay making a play here. I just feel like I don't often see Cleveland receivers make that catch. So he makes a nice touchdown catch in the end zone. 17-3, Buffalo at that point. RG3, he gets a touchdown run. One of the nicest offensive plays of the day. It was a nice touchdown run by Robert there. You can't expect him to do that on every single play, though. He did more running today than he did last week. Passing, he did throw the ball downfield once or twice. Again, just once or twice. I mean, I don't understand. It's every Browns quarterback. Threw one way downfield. He just finally heaved one up to Pryor at one point, incomplete. 24-13 to end the third quarter. I don't know. McCoy had a couple touchdowns, over 150 yards. E.J. Manuel was in there by the end. McCoy, they missed an extra point. Carpenter did. Old reliable Dan Carpenter, Buffalo's kicker. So it ends up 33-13. He redeems himself by hitting a field goal, giving the Bills a 20-point lead. At that point, I think I heard a Bob G chant. Bob G3. Bob G3. I started hearing it quietly in the crowd a little bit. He was no longer already. He's like, this guy doesn't even deserve a nickname. Our boy Drago back in there on the offensive line, hearing his name called today. Never a good thing. Even Joe Thomas had a holding. I don't know. Duke Johnson, guy refuses to tuck his shirt in. Other than Pryor, Hawkins made a catch. Pryor made a couple catches. Higgins, Lewis, Peyton, all them nowhere to be found. Barnage. Tough day. Nice weather, though. Even saw some sun up there. Go Browns, 0-14. You only got 2 games left. San Diego, don't you dare fuck this up. All right, I'm F Zappa 20. Go Browns. Boom.